Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session with Harshil. We have been with Harshil before, also like 2 3 sessions back, but now Harshil is with the new phone with new connection, and now he can turn on the video. So last time we didn't see him in video; we just heard his audio. So welcome back, Harshil, for the live. And how has been the sadhana going?
Sadhana is actually going really, really good.
Huh?
And I am currently still in Dakshina Kali month.
Hmm.
And one thing that I would like to say, last time I explained everything, but the network connection was so poor that I think I have to do everything again now. So yes, I am in currently Dakshina Kali month. And yes, Dakshina Kali month has been the most intense and
Hmm.
like the most it has been the month where I have received the most from my sadhana. From when you chant a bija mantra, sometimes people don't feel anything. Maybe they don't have enough prana, or they do not have enough they haven't done enough sadhana to feel anything. But yes, in my past from Uchishta Ganapati to even the Krishna month, I didn't feel such huge of a change while in meditation. But yes, while doing Ma Kali sadhana, she has made me realize a lot of things
Hmm.
about everything. For example, uh, about the divine feminine, about the divine masculine. What are these things? What is actually Shakti? What is Maya and everything? So earlier on, I used to question myself only that what is actually happening, and I used to just write down everything to get
Hmm.
to a point. If even I'm making clarity to even myself also, but I was just like writing bullshit only. There was no meaning for that thing. But since I've reached this month, from the first day of sadhana only, I have got like a vision. And to be honest, yes, I have tried doing Makali sadhana before even this month also. But yeah, since we live in a society where even DT, tantric DT sadhanas are very taboo in today's
Hmm.
life. For example, Ma Kali sadhana only. People say that she is a very Ugra tantric deity. She
Hmm.
has not to be worshipped by any sadhak and also anywhere. And
Hmm.
also she cannot be worshipped at home. Even her Nama mantra can give you like so many bad things in your life. But people don't realize these things that
Hmm.
bad things in life doesn't always mean that things are going actually bad. Sometimes if things are going bad, that means
Hmm.
your sadhana is working, right?
Hmm.
So I always heard taboo things about Ma Kali only, that do not worship her or else you are doing only black magic only.
Hmm.
So I was very scared of her actually.
Hmm.
So since you initiated me and you even initiated me even the Dakshina Kali mantra,
Hmm.
so I was all very very scared because she is the goddess of death, and it
Hmm.
was like I was invoking a whole cremation ground in my room only.
Hmm.
So it was an experience like that. But the thing was that I have always loved cremation grounds and the topics of death and
Hmm.
all these things. So I always wondered why is it a taboo. Right. So I was always asking Ma from the start of this month only. I was always asking Ma only one thing, that why is your sadhana so taboo in our society? Why are people scared of you? What have you done to these people? Right.
Hmm.
Because some people say that you are a mother, you are very lovely, you are very playful, you are very joyous. And some
Hmm.
people use you for very, very, very bad things, for like killing people and making their lives from worse to worse. So
Hmm.
it was a like there's a contrast in between.
Hmm.
So I asked her this, and whole month she gave me different experiences. For example, in the like start of the month only, I was so much obsessed with Shamshan Kali, and I am always like asking you in the DMs only,
Hmm.
are you ever going to initiate me with that mantra? So that I was so obsessed with Shamshan Kali, but
Hmm.
I never got a like real answer if what is Kali in general. Like Kali is a form or
Hmm.
anger or love. What is it Kali? So I asked her only. So
mm,
what are you? But
mm,
she made a series of series of realizations. Like for first ever time, when I was so obsessed with Shamshan Kali, I was doing Bij Mantra, and I got a straight up vision. I went into a like state where I gasped for air. I was not able to breathe. I forgot how to breathe. So
mm,
I was like doing mantra, and as soon as the mala ended, I hit the Meru bead, and I had a vision. I was like sitting in a very muddy ground, a very cracked, dry, muddy ground, and in front of me was a pyre, something
mm,
like a funeral pyre, and it was very dark around me, so I couldn't see anything. And
mm,
when I gazed in front of me, there were like two eyes looking at me, and
mm,
instead of being scared of them, I felt a very homely feeling. I felt like uh, someone front of me is sitting that I know. For example, if you and me are talking, I know who you are, right? You are Guru Bro.
mm,
So that is how I knew that I know this person, but I don't know who he or she is. So those two eyes only I saw, and in that vision only I realized who she was. That was the
mm,
first time I saw her. And then
mm,
there was a series of realizations. Whatever I used to ask her, she used to give me a realization, or she used to give me a message that this is where you will find your answer, or you have to search this. Or sometimes I just used to sleep, and I wake up and suddenly I have the answer in my mind, and I used to write it down. And it was a like very kind of weird state. For
mm,
example, when I'm writing, I have this diary. So where I just write whenever I have a pen, and this diary always with me. So whenever I
mm,
enter into that state, I just write down whatever I'm thinking or whatever is coming to my mind, and I read it later on. So when I read it later on, I was really shocked that this isn't me who wrote that, right? She
mm,
was answering me from somewhere, but she never showed herself to me like her darshan when like sadhaks have. She never showed herself to me truly. So that is something that I am asking her to give me. But yes,
mm,
one realization that I had, and I have this question, and I want to ask you that when was this time that this myth maybe was created? I call it a myth that this was created, that Kali is a very ugra deity, and if you worship her, she will destroy your bloodline, she will do this to you, she will do this to you if you just call her out as a
mm,
mother only, right?
mm,
And she can only be used for black magic and all these sadhanas only, but she cannot be used to like connect with her and transcend. So when was
mm.
this taboo created? Can I ask you?
Yeah. So Kali, right? It depends like who the person is. For example, if a person is always into materialistic desires like richness or whatever, like I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house, I want to have a family, or what? If he is into that, then Kali is not the right deity to worship. Maybe like Lakshmi or Tripura Sundari may be right, maybe the right deity. Kali is for the people who want the truth in the rawest, the most raw form. That is, they want to transcend. That is, they don't want to be a part of this world. For example, now let's say that in this world, right, there are many depressed people, many traumatized people. So some people just don't want to be a part of this world. They just want to quit it. But again, suicide is not the right idea, because if you commit suicide, what will happen is you'll pop up again in a mother's womb and you'll be like, oh, bro, I just committed suicide. It's not a solution. So you'll come back here. It's like a loop. So the only way to transcend, that is, come out of this reality, come out of this dream, is by Kali worship. Kali, she sees like what trauma you have gone through. Like she sees everything, and she'll be like, okay, if the Maya is so much traumatizing you, then I will remove you from the Maya. She's the one. She's only the one who put us in the Maya because of our desire. Initially when we were out of Maya, when we were in the Sadashiva, we were like, I want to enter Maya. I want to enter Maya. Like that we told. So that time she was in the form of Lakshmi. That time she told, okay, enter Maya. Then when we entered, then we are like, no, I want to leave Maya. I want to leave Maya. So So she's only the like Lakshmi, Kali. Lakshmi and Kali are like two sides of the same coin. Basically, the womb of the mothers. That's it. So we are basically the Shiva, the witness who wants to experience and not experience Maya. Yeah.
So one thing also, um, when I went to collect tirtha in my temple. There is a
Mm,
Kali temple nearby, and
mm,
I went there and I asked the pujari that
mm,
he was sitting, and I asked him that people always say that in Ma in the Dakshina Kali route, right? She's stepping onto Shiva and she has a tongue out.
mm,
But she, for me, whenever I see her in any vigraha or in any photo, I always see her smiling. That she is smiling, she's very happy and she's very joyous.
mm, mm,
So, but people, what I have seen in serials from childhood and what I have read through books, I
mm,
haven't read Kalika Purana or Devi Purana, but
mm,
I have read books about it, and they have said that Kali has a tongue out in shame.
mm,
So I asked her that you are the one who put us in your womb only. Okay. You are our mother and you are so strong that you can annihilate all this creation in under a second. And
mm,
still you are very shameful to step on the divine masculine. So why is that? Are you really shameful or is that a myth? So and then I started my sadhana. This was my intention that you have to answer me this only, or from today, I'm not getting up from sadhana. I will sit here only. So, and it was about like 1 or 2 hours later, she did answer me, and then I wrote it down. What
mm,
I perceive this as, people have created this like a myth that she is very
mm,
shameful stepping onto Shiva. I don't think she is shameful. She is just showing off her power. For
mm,
example, Shiva, he is the Bhairava, right? He is
mm,
beyond time. He
mm,
can do anything one wants. He can, like, he is above the three Dev also, Brahma,
mm,
Vishnu, Mahesh. And he is so powerful, and Kali is stepping onto him. So
mm,
we can only imagine how powerful Kali is, right?
mm,
So maybe she just wants to say that she has everything under control, right? We don't have
mm,
to worry about anything. We just have to
mm,
enjoy here. And if we can't
mm,
enjoy here, like for now, right now in Kalyug, people are so angry out there that they have super
mm,
egoistic behavior. All people, I think, are living in Rajasic or Tamasic behavior only, right?
mm,
Many people are either depressed or very angry. There's
mm,
no contrast in between. So
mm,
I think all Ma has to say is that if you can't enjoy, right? If you're very depressed or very angry, very fed up with the world, you just have to give up. You just
mm,
have to give up all efforts and everything, right?
mm,
And then she will handle. But people have created this a huge myth that she is very shameful. So, don't you think that our society is very patriarchal? That the they are calling like the divine feminine shameful. And
mm,
I have seen many people, I have seen many Reddit posts, and I have seen many like hidden sites on like secret browser, on like very private browsers, that people are actually slut shaming these goddesses. Because if you see our Hindu goddesses in the tantric temple, for example Kamakhya, right? The Hindu goddesses are naked there. They do not have any clothes on, so they show us the absolute raw truth, right?
mm,
And I am very happy with that actually, because if you like, if you're slut shaming a literal goddess, so I don't think the society is very patriarchal today. Like women are suppressed from how long? And I think one thing is people are lacking today with the motherly love. Don't you think that? People have
truly. Mm,
suppressed the mother so much that now they are lacking in the motherly love, and now they are very anger, and they are very like keen of love. They are looking for love everywhere. That's why
mm,
they are raping and all that things.
mm.
What's your view on this?
True, true. Yeah. And also that as we tell, right, that she's the destroyer of the whole world. Like, actually, there is no world. The world is in your mind itself. Like, the day you stop dreaming, it stops, everything stops. So basically, she doesn't destroy the whole world. That doesn't mean She's destroying the external world. She's just destroying here. Once this is destroyed, then you're not seeing the world itself. So yeah, that is the meaning of it. Like they are the guardians of the reality, basically. See, this dream, right? It's like constructed by many deities, like each deity representing different aspects of the reality, and it is up to us, like whether to ask them for more or whether to give up more. So it all depends on us. So if you ask more, they'll give. If you give up also, they'll take. So whatever we want, we can do, actually. And regarding slut shaming, those are just, they don't know, right? Like the Hinduism, is very deep, actually. All the meanings of the deities and uh, Advaita, Vedanta, everything is very deep. It is up again. It is internal. They are talking about all the Vedas, Upanishad. They never talk about the like external world, because they have already established that external world is Maya. So that is gone out of the picture. They are only talking about the internal world in the Vedas, Upanishads. So yeah, all the deities, right? They are nothing but our subconscious. That is, uh, there is a world which is built by the subconscious, and the subconscious world is bigger than this physical world. Like when we tune into the spice senses, we enter this small world, actually. But our when we close our eyes, the subconscious world, right, that is more bigger than this, and that world has the deities in it. So they control all the thoughts, emotions, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. In this physical world, we are actually bounded by the five sensory thing, right?
Mm,
Because if we have to experience anything in this world, we either have to touch it, smell it, right? See it or hear it.
mm,
And
mm,
all these five sensory, we are bounded by it. Like there is a very limited
mm,
area here,
mm,
right? And also the universe is very big, but we cannot travel, right?
mm,
We cannot go out and see that what is beyond our galaxies and all that. So it is very limited here, and it's very kind of boring, right?
mm,
So sometimes I think that what does our subconscious world looks like is it what we see in our imagination, or is it something way beyond our imagination? I know we can manifest things there very easily, right?
mm,
But it is very hard for one to reach that subconscious level or that astral realm, because
mm,
it is very hard for one to even retrieve its five sensory interpretations that one is
mm,
receiving. For example, when
mm,
I sit in meditation, right, it is very hard for me to slow down my breath, right? It is very hard for me to stop hearing whatever the noise is coming, right? To keep my eyes closed. And the basic and the most last stage of shutting down the mind is that just sitting with the thoughts, right? Earlier on, I tried stopping these thoughts, but it didn't work out. So tried sitting with these thoughts, and I realized that eventually they leave your mind, as like you just keep sitting down and keep yourself quiet. But
mm,
I wanted to ask you, how can one what are some practices that one can introduce into their day-to-day life? For example, when I am out there and
mm,
I'm very anxious of how I am looking, of how I am speaking, right, of my personality
mm,
and all that. So what is a very simple practice that I can introduce in my life to bring myself back into the consciousness that I am not this body, I am not anything, and myself is way beyond this, so I just have to enjoy this world? What are
mm,
some practices that I can always do before, before sitting into the sadhana? What are very few practices? For example, pranayam and surya namaskar are there, right?
mm,
There are asanas in yoga. But
mm,
what mindset with should I sit into the sadhana so
mm.
that I can retrieve my five senses very easily? Can you please tell that?
Yeah, first of all, you should know that in Kali Yuga, right, because of lot of invasions in India, the education system is primarily based on the Western mindset. That is, they have introduced like science, chemistry, physics, blah blah blah, everything. So those are the studies. Those are the sciences of the external world. Hinduism before all the invasions in India, it was never about the external. It was always studying the inner world, the consciousness, the dream, the amount of dreams we have, the parallel lives we have in different loka, and um, the void, the truth. So it was all about the internal world, whereas the whatever we are seeing right now in Kali Yuga is all about the external world. So obviously, when you go outside the house, now you will see the external world science only, like everything, the scooter, the billboards, the shops, everything. It is about the external world. It never studies about the internal. So that you have to tell you first. You have to tell yourself that. Uh, I am living in a yuga where everyone are focusing on the external world. So first you have to tell that. Then slowly you have to go deeper. What were our Saptarishis talking about in the Vedas? Why were they talking about these things? What is Bhurbhuva, Swaha, Mahajana, Tapa? So all these things you have to question. Then finally will lead to a point where that you will like sadhana, and sadhana must be done not because of force, not because some guruji is telling you to do sadhana. That's why sadhana is done because you enjoy sadhana. Like only if you enjoy sadhana you have to do sadhana. Otherwise there's no use of doing sadhana if you don't enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay, and another thing, many people that are into spirituality today, right?
Mm,
They are facing one problem, which is very, I think, right now it is not as major as it is going to be in the future.
mm,
Since like it is Kali Yuga, many people are influenced by the lower three chakras only.
mm,
And the majorly people like what I have seen in Delhi only, I have like never lived outside the Delhi state, but what I have seen in Delhi from past years is that majorly people are very much affected by the Manipura chakra, which is the ego or self ego, and
mm,
the Swadhisthana chakra, right? The the lust part of our desires. So what I have seen that many people are influenced by these two only, right?
mm,
And majority people are angry because they are not satisfied with themselves. And what I have seen in that people who are following spirituality and
mm,
who are into like very deep sadhanas, they wander off. They do not live in society. They do not want to be near people because people are very much influenced by these things, right? And what uh, major problem I have seen is how to design my day-to-day life and follow the spirituality. For
mm,
example, right now I have to go to college also, right? In later on, I have to work also to support my lifestyle, right? To have food on table. But all that I have to do, right? Because those are my responsibilities. But
mm,
also that time that I am not doing sadhana, I'm
mm,
actually very cranky, right? Because I only think of one thing that when am I gonna be able to do sadhana, right? Am I gonna be
mm,
tired or am I gonna be this? And what I think is, should I eat this? Should I eat that? Right? Is it
mm,
going to support my sadhana? Right? Should I do this kind of exercise or this kind of exercise? Is it going to
mm,
support my sadhana? So,
mm,
according to you, what is the ideal day in life of a sadhak, including sadhana and balancing his work life and his sadhana?
mm. uh, I feel like the sadhana, no, it must have a like a consistent time. That is, if you do in the consistent time, then you'll feel good about it. Otherwise, if you do in random times, you will lose the, what is that, edge. That is, you will lose that practice of doing it uh, ev- every every day. So um, what I suggest is that only. I like if you're very sleepy, just drink coffee and do sadhana, or like if you because at the end of the day you have to do sadhana, whatever it is. So and also you have to enjoy it. Like if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. What is the use of doing it if you don't enjoy it, right? So yeah.
And For me personally, whenever I feel sleepy, I just do Surya Namaskar until
Mm,
I am not sleepy anymore, and it
mm,
helps me actually a lot. And
mm,
yes, but the time that you have provided, 4 to 5 a.m. In today's life, in the modern day life, when we are exposed to these tube lights and all until
mm,
10, 11, 12 p.m., right? In my household personally, people do not sleep at night until 1 p.m. also. Oh,
mm,
sorry, in next day 1 a.m. also. So it's very hard to live in a
mm,
modern household and follow a yogic lifestyle, be in your circadian rhythm, right?
mm,
But yes, some I do wake up at 3:30 a.m. every day. And Surya Namaskar, Pranayam, and then sadhana.
mm,
Sometimes I do not enjoy sadhana as much
mm,
as I enjoy it daily, because sometimes, like, instead of focusing on the mantra, right, or on the deity, my whole focus is on the bead.
mm,
And my mantra, instead of the initiated bija mantra, my mantra becomes is, when is the sadhana going to end? When is the sadhana going to end? So it's
mm.
like every bead I'm just thinking that how many more beads are left. So I start counting in my mind. So sometimes that happens. But yes, so and another thing I want to ask you, you stay in this calm and very sattvic nature all the time. Even when you are initiating students, you just sometimes wake up and you are so glowing and sattvic all the time, right? You are
Mm.
so calm. How do you maintain this state? Like in your everyday life, do you not come across these kind of people who sometimes shake up your energy or sometimes make you cranky or angry? And how do you deal with these things?
Uh, First of all, we have to know that everything is destined, right? So even if that person who is about to disturb you enters your life, or the time that is already decided, like they will disturb you at this point of time or this stage. So that is decided. So you need not worry too much about it, because uh, at the end of the day, you'll not be here in the world. So why to be bothered by the disturbances? Yeah.
Exact answer I was expecting. That's the answer I give everyone only, right?
Mm,
If anyone talks to me about anything, right? If you like, even sometimes my friends call me that if you are
mm,
coming to hang out or not. I'm just saying that what's the point of hanging out if we are all just gonna die? And they're
mm,
like, dude, you should go and see a therapist only. You have gone mad or something.
uh,
For me, I have always seen earlier on, I saw death as something, the end kind of thing, right?
mm,
Everything ends here. But when you do daily sadhana, right, for some beginners, many beginners are asking in the question that what are the benefits of sadhana? What does sadhana do, right? What
mm,
time do we have to do it? But for my perspective, if we just do sadhana daily, if we be,
mm,
if we just be consistent with it, right? If we do it daily, honestly, and dedicate ourselves to sadhana
mm,
only, at some point we are going to see the results. Initially, no one sees the result if we have not done sadhana from past births also. No one
mm,
sees the results, but yes, sometimes it takes a lot of effort to even see the results. One thing I want to talk about now is the multi-dimensional beings, right? Recently you initiated us in Kalika, with Kalika Kavacham, right?
mm,
And you told us that all the yakshinis and pishachinis and all these demons that we are protecting ourselves from, these are our thoughts only. Like they come into our into our mind and they give us thoughts. For example,
mm.
some demon will give us lusty thoughts or egoistic thoughts that may disturb us or disturb our energy. So I want to ask you, when we go to very sacred places like graveyards or shmashanas, and some places where they may be some evil, people say that there is evil energy here, and when we are protecting ourselves from these evil energies, what are these energies that lie in these cremation grounds and samshanas that we have to protect ourselves from? Are these thoughts only, or they are actual entities and devas and bhutas that lie there?
So basically what is evil? So I first I'll define evil. uh, Evil is someone or something which makes you stuck in maya, like which makes you not digest thoughts. For example, now if I help someone, uh, and give them cake or something, so they will be helped, right? They'll feel happy, and that we can digest easily those thoughts, like the helping part. But if we harm someone, that will not be digested easily. Like it is very hard to digest. It will take lifetimes to digest those things, that guilt. So that is why, yeah, that is the meaning of evil. Evil is something which makes you stuck. So those evil entities or whatever, everything. And also, and I'm not telling evil entities are only inside the mind. I'm telling even I am inside your mind. Like, see how we are seeing this world is, you're bending the space time of the mother's womb, like you're bending mother's womb like this, like I showed in the whiteboard series. So you're actually outside, you're outside the maya in truth, but you bend the mother's womb like this, and you see the world through the one of the maya character's eyes. That time you see the world as external, but actually everything is internal only. According to your original self, the whole world is internal. So uh, even me, you, like you're seeing me, right? So the witness consciousness inside you is seeing me. But according to the witness consciousness's eyes, I belong to the internal world. I don't belong to the external world. Similarly, even the entities, the negative entities, yakshinis, pisachinis, they may appear external, they may seem external, but they are again internal itself. So all the thoughts the maya creates, even me speaking to you is creating some thoughts in your mind. So if those thoughts are harming you, if those thoughts are keeping you stuck, that means I'm not a dharmic person. But if I'm inducing thoughts that are taking you away from the reality towards the truth, that means that I'm doing dharmic things like that.
Okay. And next thing I want to talk about is
Mm.
actually there are very many legendary peoples in our chat. Someone wrote
Mm.
that I would like to you see two of you oiled up and dancing.
Huh. Huh.
Many legendary people. So
Mm.
next thing I want to talk about is um, why does one gets into sadhana? For example, uh, initially in your casual talks episode, you said that when one character or one soul takes
Mm.
many births into this realm only, at
Mm.
one point they themselves question reality, right?
Mm.
But the sadhaks, the new sadhaks that we have today, they many of them are attracted by what sadhana gives out. For example, people are very attracted by astral projection and
Mm.
superpowers, siddhis, like reading someone's mind or seeing someone's future. They get
Mm.
attracted by this into spirituality, and
Mm.
then later on they discover that spirituality and tantra are very more deep than this, right? So what I'm asking from you is, why does one gets into sadhana if Shiva is watching all of us, right? We are the witness consciousness, and this is all a dream. This is just someone's dream, and this physical body only can pursue it. If when we go to sleep, we wake up in our true state, right? Why is Shiva, just to fulfill his desires, is actually seeing this dream? Why is it happening? Why can't we just one sometimes decide and just go back? Why can't just Shiva decide to take our consciousness away from here? Why is that?
Again, this is not someone else's dream. This is your own dream. So you as a causal being, that is your causal body, the that is the Garbhodaksha Vishnu form, your higher self, is dreaming of this world. So In order to leave this world, for there is lot of work, that is you have to convince yourself. Now if you have to become an engineer, you have to convince yourself, right, every day, like that I want to become an engineer, I want to become an. Similarly, even if you want to leave the world also, it is same. That is, you have to convince yourself, I don't want to be a part of this maya, I don't want to be a part of this maya and all. Yeah.
So if I just convince myself that I don't want to be a part of this Maya, will that only make me leave this Maya altogether itself? Or like there are many very advanced practices that I have to do throughout my births, and I have to like finish off karma. For example, many people for in last video only you have burst this myth that of the karma myth that you have so much this type of karma or this type of karma, and you
Mm,
only told us that karma is nothing but those thoughts clinging you and
mm,
keeping you in the Maya only, right?
mm,
What have we done in our, is it like the thoughts that are coming in our mind in our sadhana only? Are these our past life karmas that are coming in our mind? And all these desires that we are having, someone says that you were very cruel in your past birth, that is why you are suffering right now. How true is this? Because my soul might have changed character, right? It must have come from maybe I in past birth I was Rupesh and now I'm Harshil. But
mm.
am I like is my soul experiencing Harshil's karma, or is it what I have done as a character when I was Rupesh and now I'm uh, taking all those karmas as Harshil? What is this logic? I don't understand.
It's just desires, like karma means the thoughts, the desires, everything. So uh, when we die, right, like when our physical body expires, during that time our consciousness thinks, like it thinks like, do I have any desire, like it feels, and basically depending upon the comfort or comfort level, we enter maya or we go to some other world. Like now once we die, if we don't feel comfortable in the astral body, we enter the physical body again. If we are comfortable with the astral body, we stay in the astral planets. So it all depends on where you are comfortable. And again, comfort depends on your desire. That is, if you don't have a desire to be here, then you will not be. So there's nothing like karma. Karma all comes down to desire at the end of the day. Yeah.
And another thing, so many people are out there doing these pilgrimages and all that.
Mm,
So do these pilgrimages convince ourselves only? Because end goal is to reach a true state, that is
mm,
Sadashiva, right? To
mm,
transcend.
mm,
But instead of doing sadhana, right? Instead of fulfilling our desires, many
mm,
people today are promoting that you should abstain yourself, right? You should not eat too much, not eat too less, not sleep too much, or else you will be like you are committing sin. You will go to hell or something like that,
mm,
right? Uh, how what is this like true? Many people are doing pilgrimages, right?
mm,
They're carrying so much weight on their shoulders, and they said that this will give them mukti, liberation. This will
mm.
transcend them. But at the end of the day, when they die, their soul have still have desires, right? Or do these pilgrimages destroy these desires?
So these pilgrimages or temples or whatever, right? They just give you acceptance. Now, now see, now if you fight that, no, I want to transcend, no, I want to be a part of the upper lokas or whatever, then there is no acceptance. There is duality. Like you're fearing this world. So if that is there, then you will not transcend. Only if you accept that whatever needs to happen, I will follow it and I will not deny it. Uh, I will not fight for comfort. The thing is, our consciousness continuously fights for comfort. Now, the reason we are there here, no, in the physical realm, is because we are fighting for comfort. That is, we are the five senses we have. We are trying to satisfy it, however possible. We are buying things, food, water, shelter, just so that our five senses will be comfortable. So basically, all the what to say transcendence depends on your comfort level, how comfortable you are. If you just accept what all the scenarios, then you'll transcend. There is no one who can stop you from transcending. But if you fight it, if you fight that I don't want to be a part of this world, that is not ideal for transcending. You'll fear and come back here itself. Yeah.
Okay. And last time in the last live with Ayushi, you talked about different realms and how we
Mm,
perceive them.
mm,
So I don't think any of us have seen the astral realm, but you have seen the astral realm, right? And you
mm,
have also seen the Saptarishis in the causal realm also.
mm,
So I wanted to ask you, do these astral realms and causal realms look like this physical realm only? Huh? Or or they are like very different from this. They are what we see in our astral projection videos on YouTube, how to do astral projection in 12 minutes. They are like that only. So
mm.
what are they made up of?
So they are especially meant for the enlightened, that is whoever realizes that this reality is not external, it is internal. So whoever realizes that they are dreaming, and they have to go more deeper into their self to understand the truth, then they are popped in the astral world. But it is not meant for the people who are following that I have to buy this, buy that for being comfortable and like satisfying my external world. If it is, if you're following that ideology, right, like satisfying your external world, the illusory external world, then you can never enter that, because that belongs to subconscious. That is, you have to do the inner work, that is uh, questioning everything and
Okay, next thing, as you said that one has to do the inner work and not satisfy or make themselves comfortable in the external world only, right? Or they'll be
mm,
stuck here only, right? So what is this inner work that one has to do other than sadhana? For example, sadhana only, we are chanting these very strong bijas, right? And
mm,
they do their work. But
mm,
throughout the day, we can only do sadhana, for example, 2 or 3 hours only, right? From
mm,
3 a.m. to 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And
mm,
after that, we have to go out and we have to meet people, right? And then we
mm,
have to maintain lifestyle. So, what is the inner work that you suggest we should keep doing? We should keep chanting that one thing, or keep that one mindset that everything else is a dream, right? And I have to satisfy my inner world. And what work except sadhana, I am asking, one has to do
mm,
to satisfy their inner world to actually achieve these orgasms of all these chakras?
mm. um so we have to accept it that whatever happens in the maya, that it's fine. Like if the thing is now, let's say um, a dog, right? It is not allowing another dog to enter its territory. Like let's say uh, one dog is very hungry and another dog has the food, but the food belongs to uh, the first dog's territory. So the second dog is not allowed to eat the food, and the first dog just barks at the second dog. So this the second dog, right? Even after not getting food, if it creates drama, like if it tells no, I want, if it fights with the first dog, telling I want the food, and if it does drama, then it belongs to the part of Maya. But if it accepts it, okay, I'm fine with no food also. Like I'll just sleep without food. Then it detaches from the Maya slowly. Like accepting your fate, right? Accepting the character storyline. If you accept that, and if you don't fight for going against it, then you're on the right track. But if you're fighting to change the storyline of the character, then you're creating more Maya. Like, for example, now if in Aditya's timeline, if Aditya is not meant for eating pizza, but still somehow he tries to eat a pizza, then I'm creating more Maya. Like how in Karna in Mahabharata, right? The Karna, he was not meant for archery. He was, even though he was a son of Suryadev and Kunti, but he was left in the river, right? The Ganga river, and he went to the family of uh, the charioteers, that is who drive the chariot rather than who fight on the chariot. So he belonged to that family. So he tried to fight. That is, he tried. No, he told that I'm no, even I'm a warrior, even I'm a archer. I'm not just a chariot driver. So he tried to create more Maya. So if you're going against the character timeline, then you'll create more Maya, and it'll be very good drama. That is for the watchers. Yeah. for yeah, if you that's what, like, if you want to create more Maya, you just have to try to rebel. That is, you have to go against the storylines. Yeah.
Yeah. When you said that it will create more drama,
Hmm.
um, this one remind me of one of my experiences that I had during this month of sadhana. So actually, I was every morning I try to give her some tasty bhog, right? Something, either a snack or something very chocolatey, right? And every Saturday and Sunday, I try to give her something like something which is her favorite. I'll ask her, and she tells me in sadhana only. She tells me that you should bring me this or you should bring me this. Or I myself ask her that do you want to eat pan tomorrow or do you want to eat something else tomorrow? And she says yes or no. So one day I was out of everything, right? And
Hmm.
then I gave her some protein muesli.
Hmm.
And when after the sadhana was over and I
Hmm.
ate muesli, and it was like I had this feeling of she was cursing me or something, and she was saying things like, if you want to eat healthy, you keep eating healthy, this horse shit and everything. Give me
Hmm.
something tasty. So
Hmm.
then again, I went to the shop and then I bought her some snacks. And then I came home. Then I again did sadhana and then I gave her the bow. And then I gave her Doritos chips, right? And during sadhana, when I was saying that I have bought you some Doritos chips, so she was like, "Give this whole bowl to me. You go somewhere else, sit." Right. So from that, these experiences only I have perceived like. Kali only. She is very playful. If one has already perceived her as playful only, like she will go with anything if we say her
Hmm.
to. If
Hmm.
if I ask her that Kali, you are very hard to get, right? Or you are very ugra. I cannot have your vision because
Hmm.
if I have your vision, I will die. You are very strong and powerful. So she'll be like, okay, if whenever I give you vision, I'll make sure that you will die. Okay,
Hmm.
and then sometimes I say that you are very hard to get, right? I'm not able to make connection with you, so she goes with that only. That okay, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because I'm very hard to get, right? And then one day only I told her that you are like very mischievous kind of deity, right? Because some people say you are very ugra, and here you are like cursing me because I gave you muesli.
Hmm.
So she told me I had a vision in sadhana only. I was sitting with her and I was chit
Hmm.
chatting with her, and she and in that time only I told her that you are a very mischievous deity, right? Sometimes you are in such a joyous mood that you want to run 100 miles consecutively and you don't want to
Hmm.
stop, right? And sometimes you're in such a bad mood that I gave you a little bit of protein muesli which was very chocolatey and tasty, and you started cursing me, right? So she was like, perhaps perhaps I can burn you all and eat you alive. And at that point I was just staring at her like, what are you saying to me? I'm scared now, right? So she is very funny. She is very funny if one has perceived her. And I think that many of the deities in the astral realm, because as you said, there are higher selves only, right? So
Mm,
many of the deities are very cool and chill with us only
mm,
because
mm,
they know what we are going through right now. They have gone through this character and all this Maya only. And one thing I want to ask, in group, Uchishta Ganapati group, you wrote down that there are infinite Garvadakshaya Vishnus. So that means there are infinite possibilities.
mm,
Infinite possibilities means there are infinite timelines that there are going on, right?
mm,
And you are also saying that the present is right now happening.
mm,
The future is also happening in the timeline somewhere, and the past is also consecutively happening in the timeline somewhere, right?
mm.
So once we transcend from this physical realm, are we able to see these timelines and all these chakra of time also?
Yeah, once we become astral beings, all the physical characters' memory gets installed in the consciousness. That is, we know it actually how Aditya's Harshil's life is gonna turn out. We know our astral body knows how it's gonna turn out. It has all the address from which body it will shift to which body. Everything it knows. Even the causal body knows the astral body is incarnations, like from which character it'll shift like that. So and Sadashiva knows everything. He knows how causal body also shifts characters. So basically everything is known. We are just using different memories to experience different characters, like Aditya's memory for Aditya's character, your memory for your character, like that. Yeah.
And also, you told us that Sadashiva is here outside the causal realm and he is not vibrating, right? And
Mm,
when he vibrates, he enters into these causal realms and then he becomes Vishnu and then he dreams of Garbhodaksha and then we come here, right?
mm,
What I want to ask is Sadashiva constantly vibrating, like entering and then exiting Maya and then again entering and exiting Maya? Is this like constantly happening? Or is this like only a one time thing that once only Sadashiva has entered the Maya and now he's exiting one by one and then whole
mm,
creation itself will destroy when the Shirodakshaya Vishnu will wake up and then
mm,
again the whole Maya will form. Sadashiva will enter all these wombs again and again and again. So is this a
mm.
cycle again and again constantly happening or is this a one time thing?
First of all, like we that the diagram I made in whiteboard, we are taking it literally. Actually, that is it. It's not in a literal sense. Like you are Sadashiva, no. So you will not see any like whiteboard, like you'll not see any universe, like crossing like this, your consciousness crossing like this, you'll not see like that. You are that, no, like you have entered. See, now you're in the deepest womb of Maya now. So if you want to go back, you have to tell yourself that I don't belong to this. This belongs to my mind. The world belongs to my mind. So you have to detach from one world to the next world, next world, next world, until all the things stop. Yeah. So there is no one actually. It's all you only. Like there is no, you cannot be, see, now if you want to transcend from here to the outer world, astral world, or the causal world, you have to stop believing in all the characters, including me and everyone. You have to stop believing all the things, all the people, everyone. You have to stop believing in order to go out of this world.
So sometimes I think that whenever I watch your videos and you
Hmm.
tell us that all this is Maya only, okay?
Hmm.
That that moment I think that if this is our dream only, right? And everything is decided. None of this, whatever we are doing, even this live we are having, it's already decided, right? What I'm gonna say next and what questions I'm gonna ask next. So, what is the use of living that a very what do they call this? A very structured life. structured. Like now you have to go to school, then you have to go to college, then you have to get a job, and then you have to live in a metro city
mm,
and help the city develop further. And
mm,
that, what I think we are from getting is, we are only going deep in Maya and helping everyone else go deep in Maya only, right?
mm,
So development today is kind of a joke to me, honestly.
yeah.
But whenever I watch your videos, right, like the last one when I saw that
Mm,
where you explain karma and dharma,
mm,
I was like, if all of this is Maya and I can literally bend it, I am Sadashiva and I can literally bend it. Okay. So what is the use of living with this structured life? I should just go out, tear up all my clothes, and just should run till I cannot, right? Live an
mm,
adventurous life, very like a life where I don't have anything decided what's next for me, right? When
mm,
I'm gonna get food, or when I'm gonna get clothes or anything, right? Nothing
mm,
is decided. So I'm just living every day on the grace of God only, right? That
mm,
life, actually, I find it very interesting, right?
mm,
So that's why I find Agoris are very cool. They
yeah.
smoke whole day. They are in their own bliss. They do
Mm,
not care whatever the world is saying about them, right?
mm,
So actually, one of them was actually marching here only. They were
mm,
like several Agoris. They were naked. They had
mm,
bhasma on them. They were naked, and some foundation was going from here only in Delhi
mm,
NCR, and they were going. So everyone was having selfie with them, right? Everyone had
mm,
their phones out. So many cars and speakers are going around them, right?
mm,
Because they're marching. And
mm,
when I saw the actual Aghoris, right, they were
mm,
so chill, I cannot even tell. They had chillam in their hand. They were walking, they were
mm,
smoking, and then they were just walking. And they were just looking at everyone like they were everywhere actually laughing at everyone.
mm,
And I was like, when I was there, and I thought about it, that how cool is that guy, right? How tension free he is. He does not have to think about anyone.
mm,
So living a blissful life is actually very good. And many people in the comments are saying that money is a tool, or money is very important, if you are like reading the chats. So
yeah.
money, yes, money obviously is a tool, right?
Mm,
But of course, earning money is also dependent on us, right? If,
mm,
Guru Bro, like if you look at this thing, we just came on earth and we decided that this land is ours, right? We
yeah.
grow food in this land, and now you cannot have this food that we have grown, okay? Now you
Mm,
cannot decide how much everyone receives food. We will create something called money, and we will give everyone money, and everyone has to buy this food from us. Like we are playing, like when a small child plays house or doll only, right? In their
mm,
own world, that this is my doll and this is your doll, and they are getting married.
mm,
So even the humans are playing like this. They
yeah.
have created imaginary something like money, that this much gold we have and this much money we have in this country, and now you have to buy from us your own food only. So
Mm,
I'm like, people are very stupid out there.
mm,
They, what you have said, that if we just accept everything, right? Acceptance is the hard part in sadhana.
mm,
For
mm,
me also. Give
mm,
me tips for acceptance now. How to accept everything? How to accept reality? Because once the body suffers physically, right? Once our five sensory interpretations suffer, when we
mm,
get very hungry, or when we
mm,
are like full of lust or rage, at that
mm,
moment our mind stops thinking. So,
mm.
what is the like very structured way to accept reality as it is?
Um, always that's what you have to convince, that since childhood your memory has been just implanted. That is, now when you were born, like you may remember your fifth grade or something. I'm not sure which grade you remember from, but from that grade, right, fifth or third grade, you start remembering everything, and you consider that memory as you. Now, I the let's say Aditya's memory. Let's say in fifth grade, I went to some amusement park, and from there I know all my life clearly. So the thing is, we just accepted that this memory is ours. So now we are suffering with the memory. But once you tell yourself that the memory whatever we have is was just implanted by the world, then you'll not feel anything, like you'll be very numb.
And you used to have derealization, right? You told
Mm,
us that
mm,
in earlier part of your life you used to have derealization, and you have so many friends that are
mm,
into Advaita and Vedanta. So now I'm coming to you that how does like your life from the part of you remember you used to have derealization episodes and everything around you felt like a dream, and for
mm,
someone who would not have interpreted this in a right way or would have been very scared, because obviously seeing all these realms, right, into in such a small age without any knowledge, right? And also
mm,
in Chicago also you had your first experience with all these deities.
mm,
So like what does this prove? Like for example, when I'm explaining to someone who's deeply into Maya, right, very materialistic, very deeply into Maya, and I have to tell him that
mm,
that all this is a dream. How
mm,
do I tell him that this is all is a dream, and whatever you are achieving, comfort, external comfort you're achieving is not true, right? How do I like tell them, make them realize all these things? Because you are a guru, like you have this aura around yourself. Whatever you say, I have seen many people just start agreeing with you, right? Because
mm,
you have this aura around yourself.
mm.
Me, for myself, I am very beginner in these things.
Uh, First of all, if you try to convince someone that this is a dream, right, then you will become a part of the dream. That is now. Let's say I have a materialistic friend. So I'm convincing him, bro. There is no world. Everything is Maya. You have to focus on truth and all that. So you are becoming a part of the Maya itself by doing that. The Maya only, right? It is trying to pull you into the drama of convincing others that it is a dream. It is not a dream. So the Maya is only doing this stuff. So you have to see like where is Maya pulling you, and you have to stop uh, following Maya's pull. Now this YouTube channel also, it's like a Maya's pull. Like the Maya was pulling me to create YouTube channel and spread the truth. So I started this drama. That talking about Advaita, the deities, and all that. So basically, even the deities, they belong to the Maya itself, the causal world. So if you want to stay in the truth, stop, like completely stop convincing others. Yeah. You just stay in the truth. Like stay in the truth means close your eyes and just no, nothing. Yeah.
But it's not very easy, right? For someone like me who has
Uh,
like so many desires, accepting everything that all these desires are external. And when you
mm,
said the GTs are into Maya only, right?
mm,
But by that you also mean that DTs are from here, from this Anahata Chakra and from above. And when we go to Mahavishnu and all that stages, he is
mm,
like always existing here only. That's why he is
mm,
in the constant bliss.
mm,
But like when we go to the astral realm, from
mm,
there only we have Anahata Chakra and above, right?
mm.
Is it like very difficult to attach from this chakra of love also in the astral realm?
Yeah, the astral realm is all about love actually. That is, only if the person knows how to love unconditionally, only then he'll be allowed in the astral. The thing is that the lower three chakras are always conditional love. That is, for example, now if anyone has anyone is a topper, anyone is rich, anyone, that time you'll try to make friends with him. Or if anyone is very attractive, you'll try to make friends with them. And if someone is like providing food to you always, you'll try to make. So that's a conditional loving chakra. The lower three chakras are never unconditional. It's always conditional loving chakras. So if you want to become a part of the astral world, you have to learn how to love unconditionally, how to sacrifice food, sex, money, fame, power for the love. Like if you to impress your lover, like if you know how to sacrifice the lower three chakra desires, then you're unconditionally loving, and you will become a part of the higher worlds. Otherwise, the higher worlds are not meant for conditional lovers, and it is not like you will get stuck in love. You will get stuck in anahata. There is a lot of things to learn in anahata itself. Like once you go to the astral world, there are so many things to learn about anahata itself, because unconditional loving is not that easy. Like it's the most difficult. We think it's easy. I'm a Romeo who loves Juliet, but it's not easy. Like it's very tough to love unconditionally, and it's like a huge whole life in the physical realm is about learning to love, like learning to love unconditionally and giving up the lower three chakras. That is the whole physical life is all about, to learn how to love unconditionally.
And now tell us what is loving unconditionally actually means. For example, if I'm trying to love someone unconditionally, right? So is it just that do I have to just stop uh, wanting anything in return, as Krishna said, like do not go to the fruit, just do your part and just leave, right?
Mm,
Is it that is that unconditional love, or is it something like loving a dog or a cow, knowing that they cannot give me anything in return, but I just want to
mm,
love them, or I just feel attracted towards them because
mm,
they might be cute or something? Yeah, or
mm.
tell me, please.
Okay, so for a good example, now let's say um, you have a friend who is a very uh, big devotee of Krishna, and you go with him to temple to love Krishna. Now, when he prays to Krishna, like Krishna gives a very good signal. Let's say the flower from the temple falls on him as a garland or something like that. And for you, Krishna doesn't respond. He's like, you're still, you love him, but he doesn't respond only. Or he responds only to your friend. So when that happens, no. But still, see the scenario. Krishna is loving your friend. He's not loving you. But still, if you love Krishna, no matter if he doesn't love you back, that means it is unconditional love. Yeah.
I mean, loving someone, except in this day and age, in this inflation, in this economy, loving
Mm,
someone who does not love you back is very hard. But it's okay. People will manage, I think.
yeah.
So, yes, that is true. Because it's very very easy to love animals. If you have noticed, like loving animals, and especially loving animals like dogs and cows,
Mm,
they have kind of special something special in them, right? Because I grew up in city only, but my hometown is in village. So whenever I used to go to my village, and whenever we had like so many cows and so many
mm,
goats we used to
mm,
have, so
mm,
I used to just go there and sit with them.
mm,
So the cow itself is a very motherly animal, right?
mm,
So right now when I'm doing Kali Sadhana, and whenever I want to feel motherly love, right?
mm,
Sometimes I do not get it from her. Sometimes she is very like in a very,
mm,
very khelkud wala mood. Very,
mm,
she is very shaitani mood. So
mm,
she does not even try to connect with me. She gives me
mm,
signals, many things she gives me. And whatever I ask her in sadhana, right? If I
mm,
ask her, buy me something, like I want to buy a book, give me money.
mm,
Next
mm,
day only I will receive the money from somewhere. Somewhere I will receive money. And if I ask her that that guy is trying to pick on me, or that person is like I'm not able to find solution of this problem, at that moment only something will happen, something will change in my mind or something around me, that whatever I want will happen. But she
mm,
will not talk to me that day. That day I
mm,
go to Goshala or somewhere and I just sit with the cows. And
mm,
cows, if you have seen them, they are very brainless animals. They do not think before acting,
mm,
right? They are
mm,
like if you have given atomic bomb to a 1-year-old,
mm,
right? They're kind of that. They're very stupid animals. So
mm,
they just wander around whole day. They just eat and wander
mm,
around. So it and but cows and dogs are like very motherly animals, in my opinion.
mm,
But I wanted to ask you one thing. Do these animals? Many people say that whatever your uh, consciousness or your desire is at the time of death, dominant desire, for some people
mm,
is lust, for some people is ego, right?
mm,
Whatever is it at the time of death, you will
mm,
be born as that, in that species or in that yoni in the next birth,
mm.
right? So if I have a dominant desire of lust or ego, then I will be born in as a human form only, or in the next form as a dog or someone to complete my desire.
No, no. Now, let's say a dog has sex
Yes.
and a human has sex. Uh, the human who is having sex with another human is feeling more pleasure than a dog having sex with another dog. So obviously, if you have a desire for sex, then basically the reason we are not there in animals' bodies is because of the intelligence, not because of the desires. We are more intelligent than the animals. That's why we are born as humans. The intelligence develops when you question. Throughout the evolution, like every animal has certain questioning limitations. But if it crosses that, then it gets born in a bigger brain, bigger body, like that. So yeah, it'll be again human incarnation itself. And also the another thing, we are forgetting that we when loving animals, right, you told it's unconditional love. Again, if the animal is not cute, then uh, I don't know whether everyone will love the animal. So the unconditional love is judged when the animal is not cute, uh, when the animal is sick, it's like full of disease, but still you're loving it because you want to help so that it doesn't die or something. Then that is unconditional love. Even if the other person is not attractive, not you're still helping out of because you want to help. So that is unconditional love. Yeah.
Sometimes some people just love out of pity instead of unconditional love, and they like shadow it as unconditional love. For
Huh.
example, in my childhood, I didn't had any friends, right?
Huh.
And as I grew up, so I was actually pretty good in sports. So
Hmm.
everyone just had the pity on me that this guy does not have any friends. So let's just be friends with him, or so that he gets into the football team, right?
Huh.
Or something like that. So
Huh.
early on, when I hit the age of 16, 17, I realized that because this happened to me at the age of 10 or 11, right?
Hmm.
So I did at that moment I did not realize that. But right now, when you said that you may love someone unconditionally, when they don't like you, they are not beautiful or cute at all, and they are not having pity on you, or you do not have any pity on them, that is when unconditional love is there. But
Hmm.
tell me one thing, if we are not finding out, if we do not have any guilt in us, like if we are helping someone out of guilt, then that is also Maya. If we are helping out someone because we like them, or they are a pleasure to our five sensory illusions, right? If
Hmm.
nothing of this is happening, so how can one even think of about helping someone else? Isn't that like a superiority complex? Like if I'm trying to help an animal and I call him helpless, right? He or she is helpless, and I'm helping them out of pity or guilt. Isn't that like I'm having a superiority complex because maybe I'm superior, so I have to help him? That.
Again, like while helping, you should not have any thoughts going on. Like should do it as a duty. Like now there's a dog hungry, you're feeding the dog and you're not feeling anything. That is unconditional love, that is helping. And but if after feeding, if you feel like a saint or something, then that is not like because you are expecting that saint feeling, like you want that dose of saintness. uh, so that is not, yeah, uh,
Okay.
unconditional.
And how to deal with guilt?
uh, guilt guilt can only be dealt by time. That is time. That is you have to repent. That is and ask for forgiveness, and it'll take a lot of time. That is why, before doing any uh, bad karma, you have to think many times. And
Because
like good karmas are easy to digest, bad karmas are
yes,
very tough. Yeah.
yes, because sometimes I face this when I told you during initiation only that Guru bro, I have a lot of fear and guilt towards Krishna. Like I'm not able to
Mm,
connect with Krishna because I think he's some high class rich people and only he only connects with them only.
mm,
Because obviously I perceived him as that only because when I went to Vrindavan, right, he was
mm,
very in shiny clothes and he had scent all around him. He was very glowing and he
mm,
had beautiful eyes, right? So all I've seen these people are rich people only, right?
mm,
They smell
mm,
good, they dress good, they look good, right?
mm,
And this is like Krishna. And in
mm,
from childhood only, I was perceiving him as very high class people, rich people, billionaires type.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to set an appointment with him. He's very busy, right? And then on the
mm,
other side, I saw Bhairava, right?
mm,
He was just sitting in Shamshan having a Jack Daniels bottle in his hand like this, and I was like, okay, this is my guy.
mm,
He does not have any appointments. He does not have any office or reception. I can
mm.
ask him anytime I want. So
Yeah.
these deities are perceived like this. And you told me that guilt can only be solved by Krishna only, right? Because
Mm,
he takes us above the Maya. When one gets guilt, for example, I watched a dog die and I could not help
mm,
him, right?
mm,
I could not help him at all, right?
mm,
And he died in front of my eyes. Maybe I was not financially well at that point. Maybe I was out of my mind and I was in shock that I could not be able to do anything.
mm,
At that moment, how to take upon that guilt? How to tell myself that this was even a dream and this has to happen so that I could understand suffering and all that? How do I
mm.
tell myself that?
uh, Krishna, he is rich, right? he but I think he helps us with pity only. Like he has everything, and he helps us with pity. And I don't think, and I feel that that is unconditional love. Whatever Krishna is showing us is unconditional love because he's not getting anything in back. Like, oh no, not, he has everything. Full rich guy. And Bhairava, like you told, actually he's also a rich guy, but he dresses like a poor guy just to see who will come, like that. Like Kali and see Kali and Lakshmi, I told no, they are part of the same coin. Yeah, so they are basically the Devis also. They are like acting. The Lakshmi is acting all poor and all like smashan and everything, and she's seeing like who will come to me. Let's see, like that. And Bhairava also, Bhairava, Rudra, Shiva, same Vishnu only there. They're acting like if I act poor, let's see who will come, like that. Yeah.
A YouTube prank channel.
Yeah, yeah. This guy is there. No, who is that? The bodybuilder guy, the mopping,
Yes, yes,
the
yes, yes,
janitor,
yes.
janitor. I for, I forgot his name. Anyone knows the janitor's name who acts like a janitor, but actually is a bodybuilder inside.
I forgot his name. He was like he had some like Muslim name or something. I forgot about him. I just saw
Ah,
his reel.
yeah, we got the answer. Anatoly.
Anatoly, huh? Anatoly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yes. Bhairava is very rich, right?
Mm,
Because he has everything. He is beyond time. And earlier on, when I was doing, I had like a very whole journey of sadhana before
mm,
coming here. I had a like very confusing, but a very strong and realized journey before coming
mm,
here. Like
mm,
when I was 13 or 14,
mm,
I were for me, my guilt was that I was very assaulted physically in my childhood. At that time, I didn't know what it was, but it left a very like ingrained trauma in me, and I had to
mm,
take therapy and all because even when I was having medicine or food, I used to puke it out. Yeah, right. I was not able to handle all this. So in earlier stages of my life, I took therapy and all, but that didn't work out for me, right? I was talking to therapists, but I didn't find any solution in it, right? I was like, you are something you're not powerful at all, right? You're not going to be able to do anything even if I tell you something, right? You cannot solve my problem. I had this mindset towards humans, right? So I started doing Shiva sadhana, the Om Namah Shivaya japa, and at that point my someone known to me gave me Shiva Purana. So actually, someone gave me this, and he told me that you should read it every day, and you should read just one page or one adhyay every day. And I used to read it, and in the Rudra Samhita only, I found out that if we worship Shiv, we will get answers to our problems, and he will accept us.
mm,
From Shiv, when I was doing Shiv sadhana, I was doing Om Namah Shivaya japa, and then I was doing Mrityunjay mantra. Then suddenly, suddenly, when I visited my Kul Devta temple, he
mm,
someone gave me a Rudraksh, eh, and they told me that you should wear this in a white, a white or a yellow thread, and you should keep wearing it. This will bring you at the next stage of your life. A sadhu,
mm,
he was, right? And I didn't know him at all. I was just taking prasad from a priest, and I was coming out of temple. And from Kuldevta only, I asked that take me to my next stage of life. At that moment, I received that Rudraksh.
mm,
Suddenly, I was introduced to Bhairav Sadhana. I was
mm,
researching about Tantra. I was researching
mm,
about Bij mantras and all. And then I
mm,
saw Rajashri Nandi sir. I was doing Bhairav Japa. After doing Bhairav Japa for a whole year, I asked
mm,
Bhairav that you give me something that I
mm,
never had. You give me a guru, right? So for a year or so, again from
mm,
2023 to 2024, I did Bhairav Japa so many times every day.
mm,
I took Sankalpa and everything I did, right? But
mm,
I was not receiving a guru, right? So I was like, I had this guilt. And then I asked
mm,
Bhairava that why do you portray yourself as so poor, right?
mm,
Why can't you just portray yourself like every else deity, right? Smells good, right? Eat
mm,
sattvic food in their sattvic form. So at that moment, I realized that not every beggar can go to a king to ask for anything. Sometimes
mm,
the beggar needs another beggar, right, to ask for
mm,
something. So that is the mindset he gave me that Bhairava is also a beggar and I am also a beggar. So I can ask him for everything, right? And he will give me anything I want. So then I asked him for a guru, and then suddenly your video popped up. It had
mm,
only 3 views, literally
mm,
3 views, and it popped up on my feed, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I clicked on it, and I was like, "Okay, this guy
mm,
talks good stuff. I should follow him."
mm,
And right now we are here talking, so it's like a very beautiful journey. And mm, I believe what you say that everything is predestined. When you
mm,
say this, I totally believe it, and I want to preach this to your followers also that everything is predestined. Them being
mm,
here or them being somewhere else, them not finding a guru they want, right?
mm.
Everything is predestined. We
mm,
cannot decide anything. But also, if you told me that one, if the pizza example you gave, if you are not destined to eat pizza right now, and then you still order Zomato or Swiggy, right, and then you eat pizza, how is it creating more maya? Because you yourself just said that everything is predestined. Isn't like you creating more maya also predestined?
uh, it changes during before 1 minute. Yeah, thank you, Rohan Thorat, for the super chat. Yeah, found a channel week ago. I haven't seen it again. Yeah, thank you. All thanks to Mahavidya Tara. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, predestined, right? So the thing is, every time you sleep at night, you change the causal being according to the decisions you have made. So there are like many causal beings, and uh, in every causal being dreams of different realities, like the one where we eat pizza, one where we don't eat pizza. So depending on that, when you sleep at night, you go to your causal being form and you change that causal being. So if you have not eaten pizza, you belong to some other reality. If you have eaten pizza, you belong to the same reality or something like that. So there is a timeline which you are following, but if it changes, it shifts to the other Garbhodaksha Vishnu, other causal being. But according to the eyes of Shiva, that is everything is destined like that.
But that is a very wide frame we are looking at, right? Because looking from the frame of Shiva,
Mm,
everything is like a dream. I'm not gonna call it a dream, but everything is like boring, because Shiva has already seen all these things millions or billions of time, right? And
mm,
maybe he's interested or maybe he's not interested in these things anymore, right?
mm.
But how is one able to even digest this fact that there are infinite possibilities and they're constantly happening right now, right? As we
Yeah,
are talking.
yeah.
So, what is the message you would give your younger self that you did in your early sadhana days, mistakes or some lessons that you did in your early sadhana days that
Mm.
you corrected later on, and now you preach your students about it?
Uh, I would, for my younger self, I would tell that uh, truth is not in asking questions, truth is not in thinking, truth is not in finding solution, not in finding answers, but rather stopping everything, like stopping all the thoughts. Just truth is in not thinking, and because the more we think, more Maya we create. So the lesser we think, lesser Maya. So lesser we think, we are going towards the truth. More we think, we are going far from the truth. So Einstein went very far from the truth. Yeah. All the scientists also, modern day scientists, very, very far they are going. So with the scientist also, modern science, people are also going very far. Like in Kali Yuga,
that
everyone
that
are going far, 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 far.
That's what
Satyuga,
I was
yeah,
saying.
comes
The
near,
more
near.
development is happening and the more AI and everything is coming, people are going away from the truth, and
Mm,
they're not realizing. Even earlier, in earlier days, also
mm,
when I was doing Uchishta Ganapati Sadhana, I was constantly asking questions, right, from the DTs only.
mm,
Even sometimes I still do, right? I
mm,
constantly ask questions. So in the Batuk Bhairava month, right? Honestly telling you, maybe for some people it would have been a pleasant experience being with Uchishta Ganapati or Batuk Bhairava or Panchmukhi Hanuman. Maybe they were sweet to them.
mm,
Uchishta Ganapati was not at all a party animal to me. He was like
mm,
kind of strict with me,
mm,
right? He was not rude, but very strict with me.
mm,
And honestly, Batuk Bhairav was very easy to connect with me because I did his sadhana earlier on also, and I was like
mm,
calling out for him. But
mm,
he made me realize this one thing, that the more questions we ask, now the questions will never end.
Mm,
If you give me an answer for one thing, right? I know what is the answer. I know. You just told me that
mm,
for past 1 hour and 30 minutes, I have been asking you constantly questions. You and I also know that the truth is just stopping the thoughts, and that is the truth. When you just stop your thoughts, you go away from Maya, you go back into your original state, right? That is the truth. Simple. But no, my monkey mind is constantly creating new questions, and that is what Batuk Bhairav told me, that questions will never end. You give me one answer, and that one answer itself will create so many questions, right? But yes, just I wanted to just clarify in this live that many people have not asked this question earlier. They, what lifestyle do you recommend we follow, keto or vegan, to achieve Sadashiva?
uh, s- whatever is easily digestible, like I mean, if it makes you feel acidic in the stomach or whatever. So basically, to think about truth and all, we need good health, right? So for good
Yes.
health, you require good stomach and good digestion. So whatever digests easily, like fruits, vegetables. Uh, you have to use that for uh, uh, getting near the truth, because if you eat like paneer ghee roast and all, like paneer tawa fry and all, so next day we'll have like a explosion. So that's why that explosion will take you very far from the truth. Yeah.
Ru- Rupesh
Mm.
is right now hitting tables. Eh,
Yeah.
but
uh,
yes, and this, and also physical exercise also is daily important. But how much physical exercise are we looking at?
Not as much as mm, which makes you faint, like you have to, like some people do it overly and they'll become all weak after the exercise. Not that much, maybe just like till you get a good functioning heart, that is heart beats and you become aware, till then you can exercise.
And also, some people in the city lifestyle, they avoid doing cardio, like running and all these things, and they only focus on strength training only, right? They go to
Mm,
the gym and they lift some weights, and then they come home and they eat a lot of food in the name of bulking, right? That ginger body I'm talking about.
mm,
So I obviously know that it is not healthy, and these things create psychological
mm,
disturbances. One
mm,
wants to just constantly look good instead of being healthy.
mm,
So, for improving our sadhana, improving our concentration, and just using the excess energy that we are creating by activating these chakras through Shakti sadhana, should we do running, yoga, and all these things, and
mm.
incorporate push-ups and pull-ups like you did show in your karma yoga video, or we can also incorporate our modern life exercise like gym and then cardio or something.
No, whatever makes your heart active, stable, like whichever removes the oil from your arteries and or veins, so that is fine. The thing is, we consume, right, sometimes oil and fat and all that, so
Yes.
that fat gets accumulated near the arteries and it creates blockages. And through, if you don't clear the blockages through exercise, then one fine day heart attack will come. And yeah, so that's why until like that, every day if you do any cardio or whatever exercise, it clears and it opens up more,
Okay.
lifespan increases. Yeah.
Okay, and that was the physical exercise question. And last question is uh, the breathing exercises, the pranayamas that you have stated in your videos, the Brahmari, Kapalbhati, and Anulom Vilom. Do
mm,
we have to do only these pranayamas and over time get better at these, like do more and more reps and with Surya Namaskar? Or we can incorporate different kind of pranayamas like Nadi Shodhana. And please also, this is one request for YouTube, that please also post videos on detoxifying our body, like nadis and everything. Because, of course, if I personally tell you, living in a city, right? We all will eat junk, right? Sometimes, and people do drink alcohol, and
mm,
that pollutes their body, and that
mm,
hinders sadhana. But one also wants to do sadhana also, right? They
mm.
are more attracted to sadhana now. So how can one just purify their body, fast it out, and clarify their nadis and everything? Please post a video on that.
Yeah, Surya Namaskara, Anuloma Viloma are the best ways for the nadi balancing and.
Okay.
Mm,
And please tell me, when sometimes when I do breath retention, right? When
mm,
I blow all my breath out and then hold it there. I
mm,
cannot hold it for more than right now 15 to 20 seconds, but
mm,
I feel like something is rising in my spine. Is it the
mm.
Kundalini energy? And because I am connecting the dots, because in one video you said that when we fool our body into dying, we tell ourselves that we are dying, and then the Kundalini rises up. At that moment, we are aware. So, what? Please tell me.
Yeah, there is something called Turiya state when your body becomes like a statue, like a stone. What happens is the consciousness inside the body thinks that okay, it is time to leave the body, and it goes to tries to get in touch with your astral and causal bodies, which also belongs to the consciousness itself. So at that time, there is something called Turiya, where you start receiving the frequencies of other realms. Uh, that happens in sleep, but in sleep it happens unconsciously. That is, you'll not have awareness to feel it. But during meditation, you're replicating the sleep process, no? So that time the body thinks, the consciousness thinks, okay, it's time to get attached with the astral body, and that time it experiences the dream world, the dream world which you perceive in the turiya state. So in the turiya state, the ajna chakra becomes very active and it tries to pull the kundalini from the muladhara.
Okay. And also, Guru Bro, you missed like two super chats, one from BJS and one from Arc Studio.
Yeah, thank you BJS, and thank you arc studio. Happy Guru Purnima Arpan this side. Yeah, thank you. Hmm.
Okay. I think that was enough for live session today. You are also very sleepy.
Uh-huh. Uh, uh, then I shall. So everything good on your side, right? Like anything left to tell to the audience?
Yeah, there are a few things that I wanted to convey, that many people in the beginner stage in the UG group
Mm,
um, ask very common questions, very like questions like are we how is chanting supposed to be done, and like eyes open and they have to read the mantra, because some people are not used to chanting these Sanskrit mantras and all that.
mm.
So what is your message for these beginners, and how do you preach them, or how do you tell them to have a mindset of sadhana till the fourth week? How do they make a connection with UG and other deities?
UG other date is just all about belief, like how tough it is. They'll be like they'll depend more on the deities and they'll ask for help. And the time Devana work only if you're sleeping. Like during sadhana, it'll not work. It'll be at Om. You can listen to Om and you can do sadhana. Or no Om, like no earphones, because earphone itself is a like a disturb, something which disturbs sadhana. So that's why you can keep all electronic gadgets away from your body mind and just do sadhana with the rudrakshamala. So that is recommended than here.
After college also, because it's a like I'm a cook, right? So I have to travel a lot from different states. I cannot keep Kali Vigraham at home
Mm,
because she needs a
mm,
lot of seva, right?
mm.
We need to be with her 24/7. So what are your message for those people who cannot keep a Vigraham at home but want to chant the Kavacham initiation? Like, are they just initiated by just watching the video and now they just have to chant the initiation?
If they follow the procedure, the initiation works. Otherwise the initiation doesn't work. So the procedure requires a statue, the murti, at least like within this size, at least within this size. So within this size is very safe at home. Like okay, again, by safe I mean for the people who want to see the truth, not safe for the people who who want to enjoy maya, who want to see the truth basically. So it is safe for them.
Okay. And another thing that for people who are not able to do the process of Kavacham initiation.
Hmm.
Correct. Yes. So for the people who are not
Audio is not coming.
is it okay right now?
No audio. You can join again otherwise.
Wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the
Hmm.
issue. And for people, I just wanted to ask for people who are not initiated into this Kavacham and they still want protection from outside forces.
Hmm.
And sometimes even I myself, I'm a like a kind of screwhead. So I sometimes go to cremation ground and sit outside of the cremation ground and sometimes do sadhana or sometimes
Hmm.
just meditate there because I love that place very much. I don't know
Hmm.
why, but what do these people can chant to protect themselves a little bit, or can they carry anything?
The Chandakali mantra they can chant.
Bija mantra.
Yeah, Bija
Okay.
mantra or yeah,
And
the
is there any siddhi required for that mantra and anything?
straight spine and eyes closed.
Okay. And how many repetitions minimum? 108 or anything like that?
Uh, for protecting, yeah, either like do 108 and wear it yourself, the mala, or you can chant it loudly for 5 times.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And one last thing.
Hmm.
Um, for people who are not able to actually connect with the deities, all they have tried and everything, and there are
Hmm.
some people even in the Dakshina Kali group who have not connected any with any of the deities before or haven't had any experiences like everyone writes in the group. They feel
Hmm.
very left out, right?
Hmm.
So any message for them?
Um, so there is Ishtadevata for everyone, and it all depends on which Ishtadevata they will connect to. So uh, the personality type of each sadhak.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, thank you so much. That was all. And
Mm.
yes.
Okay, Harshil. Yeah, thanks, Harshil, for joining this live. The last live was a bit disruptive, so this live, I hope you have enjoyed. And thanks everyone for joining. And we'll meet in the coming whiteboard series that's gonna be uploaded on coming Sunday, and we'll meet in next YouTube live. Thanks, Harshil, and thanks everyone. Yeah. Jai Mahakal.
Jai Mahakal. Happy Guru Purnima, Guru Bro.
Yeah, happy Guru Purnima to the Dattatreya in all people. Yeah. Om Dram Drim Dram Sa Dattatreya Namah. Om Dram Drim Dram Sa Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. ओम ग्राम ग्रीम ग्रौम स गुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः